interesting organisation, an interesting publication is the Insulin Dependent Diabetes Trust newsletter. It's known more briefly as the IDDT, and you can go to iddtinternational.org to find out about them. They primarily got together sort of 20 odd years ago when the new insulins were being brought in, and a lot of people had quite bad reactions to them, particularly in the UK. It could well have been just that the transition from the old animal insulins to the new human insulins weren't handled very well. They weren't a direct mix, so if you were taking 20 of animal insulin, you might have only needed 12 to 14 of the new insulin, and not 20 of this and 20 of that. So a lot of people had really bad hypos and really had a frightening experience and generally refused to continue with the new insulins. Most newly diagnosed people are put straight on what they call the human analogues, which is probably fair enough. They tend to work faster, but some people still argue that the animal insulins are kind of softer on the system. But then again, you look at religious situations, and some religious sects don't want to take animal products, and so you're going round and round. You have to make your own mind up about these things. Very interesting, quite challenging newsletter. I always think very well written, but they tend to want to demand that pharmaceutical companies are a little bit more transparent about how insulin is designed and manufactured and how much testing has been done on it. I think it's a really good read. I quite look forward to reading it when it comes through. And they've just launched another initiative, which is the Hospital Passport for people with diabetes, and it's to give hospital staff important information about you and your diabetes. So you fill in all the bits and bobs that you might need to take with you. Depending on your diabetes and your level of care, that could be extremely useful. It's nice to keep everything in one place, and that you can literally give out to people. So I wouldn't want to make judgments, but if you're older and maybe not familiar with dealing with the medical community, either of the above, then it might be quite handy to fill this in and to keep it handy and update it as necessary as you go along.